What's up, everybody? This is Julie with another episode of my favorite episode of. Today, it's a little bit of a bonus episode. We are not really going to talk about anything specifically. We're going to talk about all of the shows that we love that came out in 2019. Primary focus will probably be Disney Plus that came out in November of 2019 because Disney Plus is fucking fire, and everyone that downloaded it and subscribed probably loves it. I know I do. So, on the show with me today is producer Matt.
Hey.
And Kathleen.
Hey. I thought you were going to say my last name.
I was about to, and then I was like, I'm not going to.
Expose me.
Yeah. Should I? No,
sure.
I won't. Okay, just Kathleen. It's just Kathleen.
It's Kathleen. Hi.
So, Kathleen is back. We are
back.
so excited to have her back.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited
know
to be here.
I'll tell Kathleen to like boost her ego a little bit that everyone loved the episode she was on for the Haunting on Hill House.
Wow.
Yeah, she got a lot of buzz, so we had to bring her back on.
Love to hear it.
So Kathleen, thank you for taking time out of your day to be back on the show with us.
I'd come back whenever you wanted me to. Jewels.
Amazing. Love it. So 2019, it's been a year. It is now, we are entering 2020. I feel like the year flew by. I'll ask Kathleen first and then producer Matt, you chime in after. What was your top ranked show, number one on your list for 2019?
So could it be like something I've been watching for a while, but their last season was good, or should it be like a new show that came out, a new show that dropped this year?
I think both are acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah, whichever you want.
So I really liked The Boys on Amazon Prime. It's basically just like a world with superheroes, but they're everyone loves them. So to the public, they're these like just basic superheroes. They save the world. People are born that way in this like universe. But we know that they're actually all just like douchebags, and there's like all this like problematic stuff that's happened. So you kind of follow the boys, which are non-metahumans or whatever you want to call them. And oh my God, it's really badass and funny. You follow this like Australian guy and this kind of dorky, wimpy guy, and then a French guy, and it's really funny and good. But yeah, that's probably my number one like limited series.
And that came out in 2019?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I was like, oh no.
I didn't think about it.
Yeah, The Boys is good.
Okay, good stuff. Mm-hmm. Producer Matt?
So I was looking at the Netflix shows because that's kind of everything. The only show on like TV that I watched this year was The Good Place. Like I was really into this last season, The Good Place. But Netflix had a couple of really good ones this year. I know BoJack Horseman wrapped up, and they wrapped that up really well. Atypical was really, really good this year. Like
it was.
Crying a whole lot watching Atypical. Big Mouth was great, and there was as far as a new show, The Politician, the first season of The Politician.
I heard it's amazing. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, so good. Ben Platt.
Ben Platt is oh my God.
He's so like Ben from Pitch Perfect. He's the magic kid.
Yeah,
Pitch Perfect.
Which he's amazing at too. He's so versatile.
I know. He's so underrated in the first one too. It's like he is easily the best one.
But him singing, like he's
River. Oh my God.
Well, I was gonna say, I think it's the last episode. He's singing Vienna by Billy Joel, and it's one of the best versions of that.
Can
song
you play a clip of it?
Heard. Yeah, I'll play a clip of him singing that because it's gorgeous.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, then tell me, why are you still so afraid?
I have River on my Spotify playlist. I love that.
It's on my Christmas playlist because it makes a lot of like references to snow and winter.
Yeah.
But,
The Politician is a you show, Julie.
Yeah.
Like you will love it's so just like sassy and over the top and extra. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
I'll have to watch it.
Gwyneth Paltrow's amazing in it.
What's funny though is I didn't like it on the first episode because I thought it was darker than I expected it to be,
Okay.
and then it got very lighthearted after
Yeah,
that.
like almost whimsical.
Yeah,
It's
like,
good.
because at first episode's heavy. I was because I
Very.
started watching it at work one day and I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is too dark to be watching at work.
Yeah, I forgot about The Politician already because I binged that in maybe 2 days tops.
Yeah,
like
that was towards the end of the year. That was
Yeah.
like late September, early October, but it's very good.
I know, because I'm trying to think of shows that I classified as like my top for 2019, but a lot of them came out at the end of 2018. So like A Million Little Things is an ABC show that I like fucking love. And
Yeah.
it came out, I think, fall 2018. But they're only on season 2 now.
Fleabag season 2 was amazing. Do you watch Fleabag on Amazon Prime?
No, but I've been seeing a lot of people post about Fleabag.
Fleabag is really good. So it's so short. I think they're like 25-minute episodes, only 6 episodes a season. There's only 2 seasons. So it's Amazon Prime, and it's about this, like, I think she explains it. Phoebe, I forget it, Waller-Bridge, I think her full name is. She explains that she's like a pervy English girl. Like, she's just like kind of a piece of shit, and just her life, and it's really good. It's a quick, easy watch. But season 1 was good. Season 2 was phenomenal. Like, it won a bunch of awards. It's really good. Quick watch, really quick.
But then, like Julie said, like Disney Plus, like that thing dropped at like the end of October, early November, and that just became everything.
It took over.
Yeah.
It took over. Before we hop into Disney Plus, another quick show that I want to talk about that is actually coming back on December 26th is You on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
With Lonely Boy from Gossip Girl being the killer, which is amazing. So I binged that within like 2 days.
And I can't remember, maybe Kathleen can remind me, but wasn't that show not originally like a Netflix show? Like I think like the first season
it was on like Lifetime.
Yeah, and no one watched it. And then Netflix put it on their streaming service and it blew up. So then they just bought the rights to make more episodes.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I watched the first few episodes and then I was like, this is honestly like you kind of just said, I'm like, this is stressing me out too much. It's kind of got this like, I'm fully secondhand anxiety, every ounce of that show.
Yeah.
Just like, cause
so you didn't finish it?
No, I didn't know who I was rooting for. I'm like, am I supposed to like him? Like, is he supposed to be the protagonist, although he's like a sociopathic psychopath?
Well, that's the whole thing with it. I think that's why I liked it, because some episodes you like genuinely feel for him and you're like, he's not a bad guy.
You're like, and he's hot. Penn Badgley.
Ew,
Love
he's
him.
not hot.
What? I loved him in John Tucker Must Die.
Yeah.
Like, even with the long hair, dorky boy. I love that.
But
Big fan.
yeah, but then agree. Then there's some parts where you're just like, dude, this guy is fucking whacked. But I loved it, and I'm really, really excited for season 2, because there was like a cliffhanger at the end of season 1, which I fucking love when shows hit you with that cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like a love-hate thing because you want to know like what's gonna happen.
I think
so I'm excited for that.
The premise is that he's switching cities. Like, the season 2 is like he's switching cities and there's like a new girl.
So spoilers for those who haven't watched You, but that you want to watch it.
Yeah, hit that 15-second button a couple times.
Just keep skipping through until
really
we get
fast.
to the next topic. But basically, the whole thing is he had this one girlfriend and he became like obsessed with her. And she starts like dating other guys, and he kills the guy that she like dates, and then you think that he killed her, and I think he thinks he killed her too, and that she's like gone forever. And then the end of the movie, he has this like, or the end of the show, he has this like bookshop that he took over from when he was a kid. And the ex-girlfriend that he thought that he killed is like walking around like the library. And then she's like, hey, like, and it's just like, he's like, oh fuck, like you can see it in his eyes.
Does she not recognize him?
No, she knows it's him. She does it on purpose. And then you're just,
that's lit.
Yeah, so then you're just like, oh fuck, like what happened? Like, where did he go wrong? Yeah, so it's like,
or maybe it's ghosts.
I don't know. I can't even. I actually should probably rewatch at least
You're switching genres.
the last episode, because I don't even remember like the names, which is like the worst. That's pretty bad. But yeah. So December 26th, I'm really hyped about that. But moving on.
Wait, one last thing.
Yeah.
I just started The Witcher, which I have no idea if it's actually going to be good, but I'm one episode in.
I saw
dropped,
that
2
on
days
like
ago.
now trending on
Yeah,
Netflix.
a lot of people have been mentioning that lately.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi type thing. I'm not going to go into it, but I just wanted to name drop it. So.
And I guess these don't count as like TV shows, but like I still get very excited whenever Netflix puts out like 6 new episodes of Queer Eye or Nailed It, because those shows are just incredible.
Yeah, Nailed It is hilarious.
Great
Nailed It
British
Holiday
baking
is
show.
great. That's what literally it's the next show on my to binge list for Netflix.
good.
Is just Great British Baking Show.
Do you watch that?
No.
It's so wholesome. They're so sweet. Everyone's like, that's delightful. About
Yeah.
everyone else, and they're in a competition. Americans are like gonna slit each other's throat, and these people are like, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's what
Aw.
everyone's told me, is that they're like the friendliest reality competition show
Yeah.
you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Like they all just want everyone to win.
Yeah, because Americans, we suck. It's just that's the way
We
it is.
do.
We are awful
Boy, do we.
humans. But moving on. So as producer Matt said, Disney Plus came out in November 2019. So just about a month ago. I actually subscribed and downloaded it when I was sitting in traffic one day because I forgot that it was coming out, and then I was like, oh fuck. And I haven't stopped watching it. I probably go in the app every day.
Yeah.
Because like one, classic Disney shows are on there, and they have the entire series for some of them, which is amazing, like Hannah Montana.
I was gonna say, what's your go-to show on there?
So
right now?
I watched a lot of Hannah Montana when it first came back. I was like Snapchatting Kathleen like me watching it.
Hannah Montana is the basis of me and Julie's friendship. It truly, truly is. That is what we were grown.
And it's just
of.
like it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it is. It's
it
so
was
funny.
so good. It was very well done. A lot of people, shit on the acting, especially by Billy Ray Cyrus. I look past it. Like I think it's great.
I think the bad acting is part of why it's good. Like his one-liners that just don't really fit and it's so awkward are just awesome. They're so good.
I just remember that show had because I've seen a couple episodes. There was like a weekend that me and my roommate at the time, Schropp, watched nothing but Hannah Montana. And the rule was they were doing a marathon. We're like, okay, as soon as an episode comes on where the guest isn't someone that we care about, we'll stop watching. And every like guest appearance is the weirdest, wildest.
Like Dolly Parton. Like it's always like someone random. Yeah.
Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers. That episode was. I actually went to Kathleen's house the night that came out because it was like the Jonas Brothers episode of Hannah Montana premiere and then High School Musical 2.
I was gonna say, wasn't it High School Musical as well? Like what a night.
So it
what
was
a
like
big night.
So
in
when
our
you're
lives.
like 13, 14, and that's what's coming out on Friday night, like
You're
you are
hanging
having
out.
a
You're
viewing
skipping
party.
Iceworks and you're hanging out.
It was like TGIF all over again.
Yes,
Oh,
like we
Nice.
went there and it was like gonna be the best night of our lives. We
And it
probably got
was.
Lucky Walk that night.
Yeah, I know. We love Lucky Walk.
I still love
Hashtag ad.
Yeah,
Although-
that's an ad. We're promoting Lucky Walk.
I don't know. I lean a little bit more to Aston Palace.
Yeah.
Which one's Aston Palace?
That's
the one by Big
Lots.
Oh, if I get anything, it's the one near Planet Fitness now. I don't do Lucky Walk anymore.
Where's the one? I actually.
The
Oh,
one next to the
yeah,
liquor
yeah.
store.
Mhm.
The beer store? Beer store.
Yeah, I haven't gotten Lucky Walk in a really long time.
I miss when we used to have a lot of like buffets. I feel like they're all gone.
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
got-
big fan of just shitty Chinese buffets. They're amazing. I'm like,
There
I
was
don't wanna
one in
choose. I'm like,
Brookhaven.
The
choose.
one in Brookhaven was so
Yeah, it was really good.
The
Yeah.
one, there's one like on Naaman's.
Yeah.
At that one's good.
Although
Yeah.
it feels stupid to complain. I'm like, oh no, we don't have the shitty Asian buffet anymore. We got a Starbucks and a smash burger and a Chick-fil-A. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
Brookhaven's on the
okay.
Freddy's. Oh my God, they're
Chili's.
fucking killing it, dude.
They really are.
Oh, it's amazing. But
Shout out to
anyways,
Brookhaven.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
We're moving.
Aston, pick up your
Aston,
game.
yeah, you gotta get. You still have Pizza Hut, Aston. What the fuck are you doing?
No, I think it closed.
No, I
Now we don't even have that.
Yeah, we don't have anything.
We have a Popeyes.
We made
now.
our Blockbuster a beer store, so so that's what we're doing in Aston.
This is a good episode for me because I need recommendations. So my roommate bought it, so I have it in my apartment. But I've only watched a few episodes of Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire is a go-to for sure.
But that doesn't hold up. Like
Yeah.
that, I was watching it and I was like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
pretty
no.
corny and,
Miranda's
like-
hilarious though.
Yeah, no, it's Lizzie McGuire. One, like I still fucking ride for Hillary Duff. Like
Oh,
I
me
will
too.
support her until I die.
She is everything.
I don't
to
care
me.
what she does in
Mhm.
life. I'll ride for her. And
Same.
like it's just like really, really corny. Like you can relate when you're 12, but then you just can't relate anymore when you're an adult watching it. Whereas like I don't know, Hannah Montana, I'm like fuck yeah.
It's also like they're young, but it was so long ago. It was like early '90s, where it's like not the era is different, and it's so young, where it's like
Yeah.
wow, this. But I mean, it's the nostalgia is good.
Yeah.
the movie still holds up.
The movie's
amazing.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
the
you can't
movie
beat
is
that.
so good.
Yeah. 100%.
Have you ever seen the movie, Bruce Brent?
No, I know I definitely watched more Lizzie McGuire than I watched Hannah Montana when they were on. Because
Sure.
I felt like
Yeah.
Lizzie McGuire was a little bit more like high school age appropriate than Hannah Montana was. I mean, neither
Probably
really was.
because you were younger when.
Yeah, I was
when
in like ninth
Lizzie-
grade when Lizzie McGuire
Yeah.
came out.
So
yeah.
like you were like a senior in college when we were watching Hannah
Yeah,
Montana.
that's what I mean.
So like
yeah,
I
it's
get it. I
understandable.
get it for sure. We watched some classic Disney movies,
Ooh,
Disney
okay.
Channel. So we watched Brink.
Nice.
The night we
love it.
got Disney Plus, we watched Brink. And like that, even that, like so corny. Like you're just like, oh my God, but this is so good. Like,
it is.
what's the actor's name that plays Brink?
Oh, I don't remember.
I
God, he was like a
forget.
heartthrob.
Do they not
He
have
was.
HE double hockey sticks on there? Is that still like the impossible
So
to find Disney Channel
here's
movie?
the thing with Disney Plus. You have to search stuff. Like you
Yeah.
really do, because I was like always just relying on the categories and was like, if it's a big movie, it's got to be on there. But it's not true. Like they'll say like, it'll say like Disney classics and you'll go through like 30 movies. And then at least I was just like, oh, I guess they don't have everything. But then they had like A Christmas Miracle. Yeah. Do you know that one where like the girl wishes for like a snowstorm and then her dad gets stuck?
Is that the one with the
yes.
The machine?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, that's
I loved that
I think
movie.
it's called A Christmas Miracle. Hold on. Now I'm like second guessing myself.
I think I've only ever seen like 3 Disney Channel original movies. Like I've seen like Halloween Town.
So producer Matt has been Instagram storing all these Christmas movies that he's watching, and the ones you like or whatever, you would love DComs. They are just excellent. Like some of them are actually like really
Julie and I have watched
good.
the same Netflix Christmas movie at least 3 times.
Which one?
Let It Snow.
Yeah, Let It Snow.
Oh, with Kiernan Shipka.
Dude, it's the perfect Christmas movie.
It's so good. And by the way,
She's
it's
my
not
girl.
called the Christmas Miracle. It's called The Ultimate Christmas
The
Present.
Ultimate Christmas Present.
There we go.
But
Kiernan's my girl. She's from
Let It
Chilling Adventures
Snow.
of Sabrina.
Yes.
Let It
I
Snow
love
is
that show.
amazing. That's so good. Tobin is like everything and more to me. And
I watched Noelle.
Noelle's really good. So Noelle is a Disney Plus movie.
I would watch Anna Kendrick on anything.
Yeah,
Literally,
she's
I love Anna
amazing.
Kendrick.
The only-
Bill Hader, of course.
I mean, I know we're going to jump into all the original stuff that was on Disney Plus, but I think the only one that genuinely kind of let me down was the Lady and the Tramp movie. I thought was like just okay.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I watched it.
Is it new?
Yeah, so it's like a remake.
action.
Yeah, like a live action. It was.
Wow.
I didn't think it was like terrible, but if I'm being honest, The Lady and the Tramp wasn't a Disney movie that I was like dying to watch when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's so long. I think that's my problem. It's like an hour and 45 minutes, and the
But it
original
is,
Lady
like,
and Tramp is like
really-
60 minutes long.
It is like really, really sad. Like, so everyone who knows me knows that I'm like fucking obsessed with my dog. I think that he is like the greatest thing in the world.
It's true.
And in the movie, like they get like the couple gets married and like they're like the dog is like their pride and joy, and then she gets pregnant and like the other dogs are like, because the dogs talk to each other and the other dogs are like, yo, like now that there's baby involved, like you're trash, like they don't care about you. And then like the dog starts like seeing it from that perspective, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, you gotta
What am I gonna do when I pop out a
That's
kid?
keep that in mind when you have a kid.
God,
The
it's
Toro's
just, like-
got to still be number one.
I know, like it's really sad. It just was heartbreaking. So there was that, but
But then there's the TV shows.
the TV shows, the original. Are we gonna talk about?
Yeah,
the
but let's
series?
talk about these.
Are we done with? Are we done with like the Disney Channel movies? Is there any?
I mean, those are the only
was
two.
there anything that you wanted to give recognition to, like the Disney Channel original movies?
I haven't really had a chance to dive in.
Really?
Me
So like
neither.
the 13th year's on there.
Love the 13th year.
Luck of the Irish.
I was a big motocross girl. I love that one. That was
I
them,
think
right?
yeah, I think that's on there. Double Teamed is on there.
Double Team's great.
It's so good.
I'm gonna have to like spend. We've been talking about for with the Horror Movie Night podcast doing like a monthly sideshow where
Yeah.
Brian and I watch like the weird 70s Disney movies
Yeah.
that they did, like Gus the field goal kicking mule and like the
What?
I
cat
never
from
even
outer
heard of
space.
that.
They just
Sound trippy.
produce these weird movies
Everyone
in the
was on
60s and
drugs.
Yeah,
70s.
yeah.
Like the original Love Bug and like stuff like that.
Yeah, I never even heard of any of those, but you'll definitely have to check out like the corny Disney Channel movies that
That
came
might
out
be
when we
next
were.
on my
Remember,
list.
like when we were kids, and it would come on, and they'd be like, "Let's watch a Disney Channel movie."
Yes,
and it was like
now
the
that you
kids
say
like
that.
hopping over, like
Last night at the bar, we were going, and you're watching Disney Channel and like doing the stupid.
Dude,
Oh my
the
God.
video of Hilary Duff not being able
It's
to do it is like
awesome.
one of my
No,
favorite
You
things.
have to play the clip on this episode of Beans doing it from Even Stevens. It
Even
is
Stevens,
so
oh my God.
fucking funny. Like me and Kenny watched it, and like he'll be like, "What's his name's like Anthony? Like it's like Anthony Joseph Parker, or like something long like that." And it's like, "Hi, this is Anthony Joseph Parker, Beans from Even Stevens." And like, dude, it's so funny. You have to play the clip.
I'll play the clip.
Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Okay, but you're gonna draw it right away.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Good. After you finish it, you're proud of yourself. So, ta-da. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. One more.
Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from. Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Good. Do the ta-da a little bit.
Ta-da! Do you want me to say ta-da? Okay. Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel. Ta-da!
Good job. Okay, let's go. Tiger. All right. Keep muted, Jeff. Here we go. And action.
Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Okay, one more.
Oh, you want me to draw it?
Yeah, you do, no, just do the whole thing one more time.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence from Even Stevens, Beans, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Beans from Even Stevens.
Okay,
There we
Beans
go.
from Even
And
Stevens.
action.
Hi, I'm Stephen Anthony Lawrence, Beans from Even Stevens, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Dude.
It's so terrible.
But I'm telling you, the Hillary Duff one, because she does it like 18 times, and they like traced her hand as she was doing it, and it's nowhere
I
near.
know. Well, like think about
She's perfect otherwise. She had to have one flaw.
like I want to be able to do it.
That's so good.
and people who aren't sitting in this room are watching as Julie and Kathleen are both trying to do it.
Yeah, we should definitely take a video of us
should.
doing it and post that when this episode comes out.
That's hard.
I know. It's really tough.
I love it.
All right, so original Disney Plus series that came out. So me and Matt are
Yeah,
really
it's you,
fucking hyped to talk about High School Musical, the series. Guys, it is so good.
I did not ever anticipate that I would love this as much as I did.
Can you like explain what's so good about it and what's the difference between the movies and what makes the series so good?
Okay, so when I heard that this was coming out, like I was like, oh, this is like super corny. Like I'm thinking it's gonna be like someone pretending to be Zac Efron, like playing Troy and like them making it into like this weird series, and it's not like that. So it's actually about a school. It's about the East Side school where the movie was shot, but it's like today's times, and it's just like they just go to that school, like they just go to the school where the movie was shot, and their drama. They get a new drama teacher, and she's like, you guys are at this school where the movie was shot. We're going to make a production of the movie High School Musical and like in theater.
Oh, nice.
And like, I think I like it so much because like the singers are actually like really fucking good. Like all of them are like really, really musically talented. And it's like almost like how The Office is, like where they like stuff happens and then like to the side, one of them gets interviewed of like their perspective of like what's happening.
Oh, okay. So what would you rate it like? PG-13.
It's mostly PG, but there's like they'll make adult enough. It's like a Pixar movie where they make an adult enough joke that like a little kid might not catch it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like in the very first episode, there's the one student who's picked as the choreographer, and it's very clear that he's gay in the show. And he's like explaining how this is his dream in the gym. And the gym teacher walks up to him and he's like, aren't you supposed to be somewhere? And he goes, yes, on Broadway.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's good. And I definitely don't think it's a show like a little kid would watch and be into. Like it's not like anything like that.
That's what, because like, not to go back, but when I was watching Noelle, I'm like, I wish this was like a little bit less G-rated.
Yeah.
Like I just need, luckily with Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader, it was still good, but I'm like, if there were any lesser actresses in these roles, I would not like this movie. I'm like, I need it to just like a little bit less kiddish for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, go on.
No, I agree. It was like I loved Noelle. Like I thought it was really good, but
was
definitely like you're
Snow
expecting.
Cone was the best.
Yeah, oh, so cute.
Yeah, 'cause
it
even
was like
like Elf-
Pegasus when it's a baby.
Like I rewatched Elf, and like Elf is a family movie, but it definitely goes into some like adult
Yeah, Elf
jokes
holds up.
with it.
Yeah, like that's what you needed because you're used to Anna Kendrick being in like good like G-rated movies, but like a little twang of inappropriateness, and she's just like full blown kid movie.
Yeah.
Like, kid
I mean,
movie
I've seen
mode.
her in like Simple Favor. She's amazing in, and she is like. Have you ever seen Simple
Yeah.
Favor?
Yeah,
She
so
is.
that
lovely.
movie is so bizarre.
That
It
movie
is so
awesome.
bizarre.
I've seen it like 3 times. Blake
Yeah.
Lively is the most gorgeous human
I
that ever
know.
lived, and but Anna Kendrick like steals the show, which is insane. Next to Blake
Her
Lively.
character is hilarious.
Yeah,
like
I mean-
so good.
Right. So I've seen her in like she's badass. I love
Yeah.
her. I love Anna Kendrick.
Was there any other series?
Well, I
that-
want to watch The Mandalorian.
So
Yeah, so I haven't watched that yet,
Yeah,
but Baby
Mandalorian's
Yoda's
good.
taken over the world, and
You
he's
watched it?
fucking adorable.
Yeah, I like it. But for me, the two shows that like on top of the High School Musical, the series, the Imagineering story was interesting. It was a 6-part series about like the history of building all of the Disney park rides.
Oh.
So like that was like a cool behind the scenes thing. But the two that like captivated me was The World According to Jeff Goldblum, where literally Jeff Goldblum will just learn about like LARPing and they'll just like take him out into the woods with a bunch of people dressed as medieval fighters. And he's just so like, he's the most interested in the most boring things. So like watching him learn how pants are made and he's just like fascinated by it is really fun. And Encore, which is like pulls my heartstrings and makes me cry every single week, which is hosted by Kristen Bell. And each week they pick a different high school production of a musical. And it's like 20 years later, they get the whole cast back together to do one more performance. But like most of those people haven't spoken to each other. Like there's one where, and this one was just like, just me crying for an hour. He's
so manly, isn't he?
It was a production of Oklahoma, and the one classmate was like an amazing dancer, and he was like all he wanted to do was go to New York and become a professional dancer on Broadway. And after high school, he got in a car accident that paralyzed him from the waist down. So like they're interviewing him. He's like, I don't know what part they're going to give me. Like they're going to have to give my character to someone else because it requires dancing. And they're like, no, we figured out a way to incorporate the wheelchair into the big dance number. And like seeing how happy it makes him to like find a way to do his dream while being in a wheelchair is like, you're just like, oh God, it's so beautiful.
I wish I liked Oklahoma a little more, but
it's what I don't really care for a lot of the musicals that they've picked, but like the people in it are what's really captivating.
Right. I'm watching that show.
Yeah, you should watch it. The first episode is Grease, which is like a perfect like kickoff.
Yeah.
And like
everyone loves Grease.
It's very funny how like you have all these different groups. So like you have like, you know, I think it was with Grease, like certain times they're like this musical was the biggest thing in their lives and it really tied them together as like a group of friends.
Sure.
And then there's other ones where there's like the cattiness of like, I can't believe this person got this role over me is like still there like 20 years later.
Oh, that's amazing.
So like you see them like just still being kind of bitter and shitty.
People don't forget.
Was it Oklahoma? I think it was also the Oklahoma episode. The leads in the show got married in real life afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So like they're given the assignment of they get recasted in the roles that they had in high school, but they're told that for the tension of the final kiss, they're not allowed to be intimate with each other for the entire production until the actual day of the show.
How long?
They have 5 days. They have 5 days to memorize all of their lines, learn all the choreography, and go out. It's really, really fun.
Wow.
So
and it's Kristen Bell. Can't be Kristen Bell.
And Kristen Bell, like, I say like hosted by Kristen Bell. She like pops up in the first minute of the episode, just be like, in 1993, this high school group did this show, and then she's gone.
She's probably like an executive producer or something on it.
She probably got paid a lot of money for about 2 hours to come into a studio and record some introductions, and then
she's got a lot of gigs like that. She's getting paid for the new Gossip Girl reboot too, just to be the
Gossip Girl voice.
Yeah,
I love Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell is like top
She's
for me.
a very good human being.
She's good.
One of the best.
Was there any other series that you two can think of, not just on Disney Plus, but Amazon Prime, Netflix, anything that really stuck out to you in 2019?
No, the newest season, The Goldbergs, kind of has been letting me down, but that show's been kind of on a decline for the last couple seasons.
Yeah, The Magicians comes out season 5.
That's right.
The Magicians is the best show.
Caitlin,
Sorry,
she keeps
Kathleen.
calling you Caitlin.
You can call me that.
Kathleen favorite
of all time. The Magicians is the best show ever. I'll never stop talking
Is
about
that
it. But
the,
I mean, they're not scared. Like a big death happens in this past series and season, and it made my brain explode. Like I'm still upset. The season. They don't drop the last season on Netflix until a month before the new season's about to drop.
Yeah.
So January 15th, season 5 drops, but season 4 didn't drop on Netflix until a few days ago. And I'm like re-binging it. And my heart is just like so heavy. It's so good, but it's funny as hell. You would like Magicians. It's like
Is that a CW show?
No, it's on Sci-Fi. It's like Sci-Fi's cash cow, I think. But
Gotcha.
it's like their biggest show. It's so smart, so clever, funny, dramatic. It's got everything.
Yeah. Are you excited for the Lizzie McGuire reboot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like they got Gordo, and
the parents
and the brother.
Yeah.
But I don't know
I don't know
about
if Miranda. I don't think as of now.
Last
Miranda.
time
They kind of just like got rid of Miranda like when the movie
so
came out.
she was, I forget what she was doing. It was like when I read it, what she was doing for Lizzie McGuire. It was like a decent enough reason. But then you never see her again. She's like on 2 seconds of Easy A, which I love. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Which is another thing I was gonna say. Penn Badgley is like super hot in. But yeah, was that in this episode? Penn Badgley.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 'cause they're talking
Yeah,
about but yeah, so she's like, did you watch Easy A?
Yeah, but I can't think of where she is
She
in that.
jumps in and like randomly, she's like walking down the street and stops Emma Stone, and she's like, "Oh my God, he just left with some hulking black guy." Like it's like such a weird scene, and and then Emma Stone's like, "Oh my God, and then she just walks away. It's like really bizarre, but I mean, I loved it because it's her. Anyone else, I'd be like, why did they do that?
Right.
Yeah.
One of the series that I got into, it's actually old, I think, but I got really into the TV series Younger in 2019 with
Speaking
the
of
Hilary Duff. She's like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the latest season because it's not on Hulu yet for whatever reason.
Hulu's weird with stuff like
I
that.
know. But loved it. I would actually suggest that show. It's about this girl that this woman that like stopped working because she had to raise her kid, and then she goes on like her kid goes to college, so she's like going on all these interviews and no one will hire her because of her age. So she pretends that she's 26 years old. And like it's super unrealistic. Like you can tell she's not.
That's
26
not Hilary
years
Duff's
old.
character, right? That's
No.
Foster? Sutton Foster. Am I making that up? Who plays that in real life?
What?
Who plays the person?
I don't know the actress's name.
Okay.
I'm really bad at that. But she
forgive you.
yeah, Kathleen and producer Matt are
It's
looking
Sutton
it up.
Foster. I was right.
Yeah. Stop typing, Matt. So yeah, she gets a job because they hire her because they think that she's like this young college graduate. And then at the job the office that she starts working for, she works for like a publishing company, and Hilary Duff is one of the people that works there. And they become like best friends, but really good.
I just feel like all three of us forgot to mention, because it feels like it was so far away, but this year was the 3rd season of Stranger Things, which was such an improvement on the 2nd season in every way.
Another one that I binged so fast that like I forget kind of exists.
Because that reintroduced never-ending story back into like everybody's life for a little bit.
Is that what Dustin sings?
Yeah.
I love that scene. Because you don't know what he's going to do. She's like, say it or sing it. And you're like, what are they about to do? But it ends up being an amazing scene, like not corny, very like
because
very
Dustin
good.
started on Broadway before he started.
Oh yeah,
he was like a
Les
Broadway
Mis
performer. Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. He was
Stranger
Gavroche.
Things is so good.
Yeah. I always say that Dustin, Steve, and Robin's storyline were like way better than ever.
I was so captivated.
Yeah.
I
So
loved
captivated.
Robin.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's whose daughter is she?
Ethan Hawke's
Yes,
daughter.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, really? I mean, it's all good, but their story, I would just watch them. Like, I don't need the rest of them.
I even said that with the 2nd season, I would watch just a show of Dustin and Steve just hanging out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Steve's so cool.
Oh, love Steve.
It's so cool how he was like the most detestable character in the 1st season, and then just became everyone's favorite by the 2nd season.
Because I think they adapted to it.
Yeah.
Like they figured it out how to make him work.
It's funny too because if I rewatch the 1st season, I'm still like, God, Steven, you suck
Yeah,
so much. Like he's such a
agreed.
douchebag.
I
in that
know,
first
but he
season.
gets so much better. he makes up for it. I love 11 and Mike's relationship.
Yeah.
Love it. So corny, but I love it. And I hate. No, I shouldn't say I hate, but Millie Bobby Brown is annoying as shit in real life.
Yeah, her social media has
like
been
she's
really
like
affecting
really
her.
over the top on social media.
Yeah, she
like I
is.
follow her on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh, dude, like
I'm
I
also
love her
uncomfortable with
as 11.
friendship- I'm uncomfortable with her friendship with Drake. I don't know what Drake's up to
Yeah.
with
yeah,
that.
I agree.
It's really bizarre.
Is that
It's like is
weird?
is Drake just like a creeper or?
Did you see the movie that she was in, like the dinosaur movie or the Godzilla?
Godzilla.
Was-
Yeah, it was all right.
Because I'm interested because like this is her breakout role, and she doesn't really have. She does a lot of like
makeup ads and shit like that.
her acting is all
Oh.
like physical
Yeah.
because she's doing like all these like really intense things, but she doesn't really have much dialogue. Like,
Yeah.
so I'd be interested. I didn't see Godzilla.
Even
but
Godzilla, she doesn't really do that much.
yeah, but before we go off of Stranger Things, I love the scene where her and Sadie, think her name is Sadie in real life. I can't. The redhead.
Yeah.
Are shopping, and
Yes.
that is a great scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the end, they say something like I dump you or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, savage.
Dude, I think it's season 2 when like no, it's either season 2 or the beginning of season 3 where she finds out that Mike's lying and she's like, You lied.
Yeah.
Friends don't
Don't
lie.
lie.
I say that to Kenny all the time and he doesn't get it because he didn't watch Stranger Things. So I'm always like,
I don't even
friends
like it.
don't
I
lie.
mean, I don't know Kenny at all, but I just feel like anyone would like it.
I can't get him on board with like certain things. Like,
Yeah.
he won't even
He
give it a
is-
shot.
He is the most set in his way person I think I've
Yeah.
ever met. Like,
Yeah.
if he decides he's not gonna like something,
He,
he
like-
will not.
Yeah, people are stubborn like that. I've been like that with things where I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it, and then I watch it, I'm like, damn, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's
but
how I
you'll
was.
watch it. That's
I
the thing.
will
He won't get to
100%
that
watch
stuff.
it.
That's how I was. Like, I didn't watch Stranger Things when it first came out because I was like, I'm not gonna like that. I'm not gonna be into it. Like, a lot of people compared it to like how It is, which like it's different than It, but
Yeah.
like same kind of like kids trying to like solve this like
Sure.
mystery thing of like
I
what's
love
going
that,
on
a
in
good
their
coming
town.
of age.
Yeah, and like for me, I was like, oh, I won't be into that. And then that same thing, I end up like loving it. But yeah, he is like very, very stuck in his ways of like if someone gets on like a bandwagon and everyone's hyped about it, he won't watch it because everyone's so hyped about it, and he doesn't want to also be hyped about it.
Right. I mean, people are like that with Game of Thrones, which blows my mind.
Right. So that's
Like-
why I was gonna get into is Game of Thrones ended in
Oh, that's
2019.
right.
Yeah.
So Game of Thrones is done.
Which I don't think it was like the best final season. Like, people who are saying it's the worst finale of all time have not watched enough television because
Yeah.
That is
TV
the truest
shows
thing I've
have
ever heard.
Really,
Yeah. So like we all knew
Fluid.
they were gonna end it, right? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a surprise. So like you can't expect like some like some like over the top series finale because the books aren't even done yet.
Well,
No.
Right?
I mean, I think they did go over the top. It just in a way that kind of didn't really make sense to people. And like,
Yeah.
not, I think the issue was there is so much content and like so many things they dropped through all the series. It's like, what was the point of this whole storyline if you weren't going to incorporate it in the end? Like, I think people who binge it all the way through will like it more than people who have years in between each season to like think and like and just theorize and make like crazy tinfoil theories to
The best-
I've said that I feel like if that season was 10 episodes instead of 6, people would have less to complain about. But it was just
Yeah,
that
it was
everything was so
short.
rushed and
Yeah.
thrown
Yeah,
at you
it
that
was
you
short.
didn't process.
I mean, the battle was
I
the
mean,
battle
we're-
episode was so good.
Yeah.
I was so amped up. Like it ended at 11 o'clock, and I was like so ready
We
to
were
like
in
let's
Disney.
fucking
No, no,
rage.
no, we weren't.
Like let's fucking go. This was amazing. Like
Yeah.
it just like really, really just took a weird, crazy turn of like at least I didn't predict any of that shit. I was
Yeah.
in like a Game of Thrones like death pool for work, and I ended with 0 points.
I came in
like,
second.
So like we had like a whole thing of like who would become walkers or White Walkers, White Walkers, and like in my head the way that I thought it was gonna be is that like a lot of the main characters would become a White Walker.
Yeah.
So I put a bunch of people down, and if you were wrong, you got negative points. So like I got fucked real
Yeah.
quick. Like I was like -10
And I
by
think
like
that-
episode 2.
I think that was the other big problem is like way too many main characters survived
Yeah.
the whole thing. Like I definitely think that like half of those characters could have been killed in a very like positive like heroes
Yeah.
death kind of way.
Yeah.
But and I didn't really watch a bunch of. I know our parents and Brian got into it, but Chernobyl came out. This
I
year
watched
as
2
well.
episodes and then
Yeah, it was too heavy
fell
for
off.
me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes I think too, and then just kind of
we're trying to watch it at Disney World. That is not a
Yeah.
Disney
that
World
is-
show.
No, absolutely not.
super dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I started writing down all the shows I watched because I always forget about them. But I wish I had that piece of paper in front of me because I went through a lot in 2019.
You still live tweet most of them, right? So
yeah,
just-
Yeah, so just go on her Twitter,
Right.
and you can keep up with what she watched in 2019.
Oh my God, I love TV.
I will say, I'm curious if anyone listening, if any of the episodes that we've done have gotten you into a TV show, like let us know. I know one of my friends binged all of Black Books after hearing
Yeah.
us talk about it on the
Love
show.
that.
So like, I'd love to hear more of those. Also, give us rate reviews and write reviews because they help us on iTunes. So
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
give us 1 stars.
I know. I'm very, very upset to whoever
you don't have
that
anything
one
nice to
person was
say.
that gave us a 1 star. It's really heartbreaking, but
Ooh, one last thing, The Crown season 3 came out. Love that. The Crown is excellent for me.
I did not watch that.
Well, I love it.
So there's another one for 2019.
Yes.
Well, that wraps it up for today. Thank you, producer Matt and Kathleen, for joining me today. Happy New Year's, everyone. And I hope you all continue to listen as we put out more episodes in 2020.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.